Stop translating and start thinking in English, because translation takes a lot of your time and it is also an exhausted process for your brain, because your whole concentration is on getting the right kind of sentence, the right kind of tense, and which form suits the best according to your situation. Your total concentration, your total focus is on these things, and the major loss is the connectivity, the connection, and the flow of communication, the flow of ideas. Ideas are not coming into your brain because your brain is consuming whole energy on checking that this sentence, this tense, this form, this sentence pattern, this sentence structure is best for your speech. You lose the eye contact with the speaker. You cannot communicate because speaking is a two-way process. Connection is very much compulsory. If you do not respond on an accurate moment, it means that the other person will get bored. So there will be a gap of communication, and in this way the whole conversation will be a futile activity for you. It is just like a gym where you are working for hours and hours to build your stamina and to make your muscle used to that activity. But just imagine if you do not go to gym for 2 to 3 weeks. Your stamina and your muscle become exhausted once you enter and start working in the gym. It means that you have to rebuild, you have to regain the stamina, which is the requirement of the day. The same thing happens if you do not practice on regular basis. If you have intervals between your practice of speaking, listening, and everything, your total connection is lost. Now you have to build from the scratch. This is reality. So I have come up with 5 new ways to practice English and to train your brain to think directly in English and avoid this translation. This is a single word, but this single word can destroy your power of communication, your power of communicating the ideas in diverse ways. Your logical convincing, your arguments, everything is lost because you are just entangled in the web of searching for the right kind of the words. This is compulsory. So number 1, and I know that you are absorbing English language. You are trying to immerse yourself in English language by listening with your headphones all the time, when you are cooking, when you are traveling, when you are mopping the house each and every day. I know that you have read a lot of books. I know that you have written a lot of things. But the thing is that now it's the time to super activate English language, whether it is words, vocabulary, sentence structures, sentence patterns, or tenses, or ideas and knowledge, so that you have an easy access when the need arises. This is the basic requirement. Now, how to do this? To have super activity in English language learning, the number 1 exercise, the number 1 way is to listen 6 minutes BBC learning. Yes, this is a small podcast. Now, what is the benefit and what is the process? Because process is compulsory for you and you have to act upon the way which I am telling you. Now you have to listen the podcast for one time. Next, you have to listen the podcast again. Now, what is the benefit of listening 2 to 3 times the same podcast? The thing is that first you are just listening, you are just comprehending what is being presented in the podcast. Second thing, now you are going to familiarize yourself and you are going to build a connection between the words and the situation which is being presented. Number 3 time, when you are listening the same podcast, now you are trying to guess the meaning of the words which you cannot, which are unknown to you. This is the benefit. Now the exercise time is there. You have to take the pen and paper with you and start writing down. Start writing down in your own words, using the same words and sentence patterns and sentence structures. This is important. This is important. Why it is important? This is the basic thing to train your brain to think what you have visualized, what you have just listened. Number 2 exercise, which is more compulsory. And what is that? Now you have listened, you have made your paperwork. It's the time now to have a commentary on something, to directly think in English, to force yourself, to push yourself towards that situation. Now, number 2 activity is select any YouTube video like fast, fashion industry, communication, traveling, health, benefits, education, whatever you like. Whatever you like. But condition is it should be in English language. Now you have to just mute the sound, and speed should be slow up to 0.5. Two things. Number 1, sound is mute. Number 2, you have to reduce the speed to 0.5. Done. Next thing, you have to just visualize, and now speed is quite slow. You are giving visual input to your brain, and you are not giving any abrupt idea. You are giving incentive. You are giving food to your brain as we give data to computer. Now you are giving visual input, visual aids, visual pictures, visual moving videos. Now you have to comment. You have to summarize. Which you are watching, which you are seeing. And the best thing you can do is that you can also write down. After writing down, you can speak what you have listened. Be a producer, be a director, and you are now filming the video. Just imagine you are filming the video. I am watching a travelogue. I am watching fast fashion industry, how it is like this. Number 3 activity is very important. Now you have to allot 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And the best activity about this activity and exercise is that you can do this anytime, anywhere which suits you the best. Now you have to allot 4 times, whether you are traveling, whether you are on the road, or you are going to bazaar, school, college, university, wherever you are. It's up to you. You can carry out this activity, but the condition is that you have to do it on a regular basis, every single day. There is no time bound and there is no restriction for time. You can do it at your own pleasure. So the best thing, you can describe what you are watching around you, what is going around you. If you see a small girl selling flowers, you can see that this small girl has the right to be educated. This small girl should be in her house. She has also the right to enjoy her life. Why she is compelled to sell the flowers? What is the condition of this girl? Had this girl been born to a rich family, what would be her condition? How would she like in a rich house? All these things you can visualize. You can think in English. Number 4 activity is very important. And how is it important? Now you have to maintain a monologue. Number 4 exercise is maintaining a monologue. Now you have to do it by yourself. Just stand in front of the mirror. If you do not want to stand in front of the mirror, just open up your camera and start filming yourself and start a video vlog of yourself, video vlog of yourself. What is the benefit? Why I am suggesting you after all these things? The benefit is now you have to visualize the confidence level, the maintenance of your eye contact, how fast you can and how appropriate you can convey your ideas, what your body language conveys. Is it a underconfident person body language? Are you looking confident person? All these things you have to, and you have to check the confidence level in your body language, in your voice also. Remember, this is quite important. Now we are moving towards the fifth and the final. Speak as opportunity gives you the time. Yes, you do not have to shrink back. You do not have to take a step back to something. No, step forward and take all these opportunities to speak, whether you are in the meeting, in the conversation with your friends, with your family. If you don't have anyone, just engage yourself to have a talk with your friend on WhatsApp through voice message. This is also beneficial for you. It will kill your hesitation, because I do not recommend you to have a talk or a conversation with AI robot. No. Have a conversation with a real person. He will give you the feedback. Feedback is there, but there are no emotions. There are no emotions, and you and the robot or AI tools, apps are always justifying you that you are correct, or always giving a reason that this is your drawback. So depend on the living beings or human beings of flesh and blood, and you will see tremendous boost, because when we are in a conversation with the robot, something in some corner of our brain there is a thought that it's a machine, it's not a real human being. I need a real human being to engage myself in conversation. So the best thing is to converse with your colleagues, with your friends, with your family. If there is no one, you can talk to yourself. So these are 5 exercises in which you can put yourself, you can force yourself, you can drive yourself to that direction of speaking in English and to think in English. This is the basic need of the hour. After all, in speaking, there is no time. There is no time for you to think for a while or to think for long hours and then to respond. So I hope that you have enjoyed and learned a lot from this video. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much.